Hi everyone, it's Liam Luang here, and today I'm going to be breaking down the three Korean dramas that I really think you should be watching in January 2021. Now for drama number one, this is the drama that I got onto the earliest before the other ones on this list. It's called Uncanny Counter, and the reason why I got onto it so early is that it popped up on Netflix, so it was an easy find, and the story is immediately intriguing. In short, the main character named Somun is a crippled high school student. His parents died when he was young. He was in an accident with them, and a car accident basically crippled him. We also follow three counters or demon hunters. There are different levels of demons that basically people have evil inside them. Some of them act on that evil, and eventually, if you become evil enough, like you kill someone, you do something really bad, you develop a more demonic spirit, and even bad demons can go into you because they love how evil you are. And these counters basically chase down those people, purge them, so that all of the people these demons killed can actually go to the afterlife properly. Eventually, someone, the crippled guy, and these three counters basically meet up, and they get to know each other, and they decide to enlist someone as one of their own to become a counter with them. So besides the story, why should you watch Uncanny Counter? Well, to be honest, it's got some incredible action. I've watched a lot of Korean dramas that, they're about romance or about these certain topics, and then when they have to tackle something like action, they can't do it. They can't handle it. They don't shoot it very well. Quick cuts to cover how bad the actors are at fighting. Uncanny Counter has incredible action. Quite honestly, all of the actors, I've seen some of the behind the scenes, I've watched this drama, and you can tell that some of the actors have actually trained a bit, or they've got some fighting experience, which really aids the story and makes it seem a little more authentic. And I think it obviously helps the camera team being able to do better stunts that you just really don't expect from a drama. The next drama I want to talk about is one that is very near and dear to my heart right now. It's called Mr. Queen. It's around its 9th or 10th episode right now, and to me the biggest endorsement about the show is that it's so good that my mom watches it, and my brother watches it, and they like it, and they ask me when's the next episode coming out. And that's absolutely the best endorsement possible. I don't think it gets better than that when my family, who thinks it's super strange that I'm into Korean stuff, started watching it and getting into it. So as for the story, Mr. Queen is about a chef, a guy. Some people betray him, they frame him for something, he's trying to escape the police, and he falls off the roof basically. And then, snap, he wakes up and he's actually in this ancient Korean times, go back 300 years, 200 years, to traditional times, where the times of queens and kings in Korea, they call the Joseon era. Except he wakes up in the body of a woman, and not just any woman, it's the body of a woman who's about to become queen. So one of the really funny things about this drama is there's a guy who plays a chef, right? He goes into the body, and then his role ends because the person coming out of the other end is the queen, the girl. Except what they've done is they have the girl speaking in real life, but then the voice of the guy who fell off the roof. So his voice is her thinking. The actor who plays the girl really adopts the personality of the guy. Now, body swap dramas, movies are not uncommon. There are so many body swap Korean dramas and movies like Freaky Friday and that kind of thing. But Mr. Queen is absolutely feels fresh. For myself, I haven't really watched many traditional Korean dramas. I don't usually like the Joseon era stuff because I can't really understand the really fancy old level talk. I don't even understand the story half the time. And there's always infighting and corruption, and it's usually the same cycle. And this drama, I think for the story, the deeper I get into it, the more complicated the story gets. Maybe it's because I don't know the Joseon history that much. But as for the jokes, this show is definitely going to be one of my favorite, most hilarious shows that I've ever seen in terms of Korean shows. So love it already. For those of you that are new to this channel, I'm Liam, and here I tend to talk about film, music, Korean stuff, all sorts of different topics. I'm really kind of driving myself this year to just post as much content as I can, and being work from home right now, I'm really focusing on developing my skills, developing my content, and trying all sorts of things. If you want to be around for that journey, please join. I am currently on my personal journey to 400 subscribers, and hopefully that grows obviously as the year goes on, and I can adapt that to 1,000 subscribers or more. Now, Lovestruck in the City, This is one that I haven't spent as much time thinking about, haven't spent as much time watching. This is probably the one where, like with the others, I've had a few weeks to watch progressively and still like it. With Lovestruck in the City, I've just been binging. But it's been a good binge. Like there's been 6 episodes so far. And I am someone who loves a good love story. And Lovestruck in the City, I was a little skeptical of because basically a lot of Korean dramas are romantic and a lot of them get boring and they get bad real fast. This one really held my attention. The first reason is that they do a kind of office, you know, The Office, they do a kind of office style first person interview structure where they'll be like, oh, are you recording me? Oh, I didn't know that. Can I promote my company? And it's kind of like a mockumentary style of these 6 people who are in the city of Seoul and trying to find love. And they're trying to balance that all out. And then a lot of them have connections to each other. So I guess it's a little sus, like a lot of them are all connected. But it does make for an interesting story technique to just make the story better. So one of the things that I think is going for them is that it's got a lot of known actors. A lot of people that you might recognize. It's got the girl from Fight My Way and Descendants of the Sun. It's got one of the tough guy from Itaewon Class. I think that's what's good, is that all the characters have stories that you kind of want to find out about, and this show doesn't really give it to you all easily. And I'm just still waiting for like certain characters' narratives to appear. So at the end of the day, guys, the 3 dramas that I kind of recommended for you are Uncanny Counter, which is kind of like funny, but it does get quite serious, and it is about like spirits or like fighting demons, so there is some good action in this one. Mr. Queen, which is more of a hilarious, kind of like romantic comedy, but just really funny, based on like gender antics, and playing around with like traditional Korean history and like integrating modern day into it. I think that is definitely unique. And if you haven't watched a traditional historical Korean drama, this is definitely a one to try because it's hilarious. Thirdly, Lovestruck in the City, which is I guess the most vanilla of the 3, because it's a straightforward romantic show about, you know, people trying to find love. And it's not, you don't really have to think about anything other than they're just trying to find love and not be invested in anything else. Thanks for watching this video, guys. You've made it to the end. Hope that you've enjoyed this little talk about, you know, the kind of dramas I'm recommending in January 2021. If there's any drama that I might have missed that you're really liking right now, please chuck a comment. If you start any of these dramas, please let me know, chuck a comment. Very curious to hear what you guys think, because I'm in love with it. If you watch it, that means I've done something right. Well, if you watch it and like it, it means I've done something right. If you watch it and hate it, sorry. But yeah, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Hope to see you guys in the next video, and thank you. See ya.